Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorial. Our tutorial for today is a Zara cap with this side loop. So to start, here are the materials we'll be using for this our design: quilone, mako. This is the mako. You can get it at the shoemaker shop. You need your needle and thread, bias tape, and your material. Here I use a mercury mikado material. You can use any material of your choice. So the first thing now is to take our measurements. So you pick up your fabric, you fold into two. So while you fold this into two, you take your measurement. The measurement I will be using here will be 27 inches. So because this is an unfold, I'll be marking out 13 and a half. So 13 and a half will be giving me 27 inches if I open it up. Then for the length, I'll be measuring 13 inches. Here I have 14, so I'll be trimming out that edges. So here I'll be using 13 inches, so 27 by 13 inches. See, this 14, but I'll be trimming out that edge, so I'll be using 13 inches. Then the next thing is to pick up my mako. So for my mako, you will need like 20 inches. This one is not up to 20, so I just manage it like that, but yours let it be 20 inches by 3 inches. We use 20 by 3 inches for the mako. And for our loop design, you cut out pieces of fabric, your main fabric you want to use. So you cut out 9 inches by 6. So you cut this in 8 pieces. You have 8 pieces of 9 by 6 inches. So here's what I have. You count it, I'm having 8 pieces of this. So the next thing is to go back to our base. So when you fold your base into two, here I've ironed it, so I've gotten the midpoint. We can still go ahead to knot the center. So you fold your mako as well to get the midpoint of this mako. So after that, you open this up, you place the midpoint of the mako on the midpoint of your fabric at the other side, at the wrong side. So you cover it up like this. So you cover it up like this and take this to your sewing machine to stitch down from one end to the other place. While stitching down, ensure that you did not stitch on the mako, just stitch on the fabric from one side to the other. So here I have mine stitched down already. So the next thing now is to shift the sewn part backward a bit. You just roll the material just like this to have the sewn part inside a bit. You can just see what I'm doing. That's the essence of you not sewing on the mako. So after shifting it, this is what I have. You see that the sewn part has been hidden a bit. So you fold it into two to get your actual circumference. This circumference you want to be working with. For this person, I'm working with 25 inches. So as is unfold, the 25 inches will be 12 and a half. So I'll mark my 12 and a half and stitch it all the way down to the other side. Then after that, I'll cover the rough edges with my bias tape. So I'm taking this to a sewing machine, and after sewing it, this is what I have. And I've also covered the rough edges with my bias. You can see a slight cover the other edge. You just cover it a little and cover the rough edges with your bias tape, or you take it to your overlocking machine and weave the edges, but I always prefer this bias covering. So you pick your needle and thread right under the sewn part to make a running stitch to form your cap. After that, you secure your thread. You pass it like 2 to 3 times to make the running stitch firm. Then you secure your thread. You can see that I'm tying like up to 4 times. So once you're done, the next thing is to turn your Zara cap to the right side, and when you turn to the right side, this is what you have. And that's all for the Zara cap, the base of the Zara cap. If you are doing another design, you can just place your design on it. But for this is how you do your base. So here is a Zara cap, the base ready. Then back to our loop design. So you pick the fabric one after the other, you fold it into two with the right side inward, and you stitch it down, just the edges. You repeat the same thing to all the 8 pieces. So this is it after stitching. The next thing is to turn it to the right side. Once you're done stitching, you turn all to the right side and give it a good press. So here I have iron it. Why iron it? Make sure that the sewn part is at the middle. You can see the sewn part is at the middle. Then after that, you pick up your crinoline, then you fix it in. You get the actual size, the accurate size for your loop. You get the size of the crinoline, then you fix it in. You fix it in on the other side. And you fix it and you bring it out like this. You make sure that you have excess. Don't just leave it at the tip so that it will not remove before you finish the other ones. So you just bring it out like this. You cut the other one, leaving extra at the edge as well. You set this aside and repeat the same thing for all. Then after that, you take it to your sewing machine to stitch it down, to stitch all the edges down, to put the crinoline in place. Then you trim out any excess crinoline that you have. You can see I've stitched it down. Then you cut it off one after the other. You separate them. So this is what I have. You can see the last one I cover the edge, then I just stitch down the other side. And the next thing is to pick your loop one after the other. Then you pick your needle and thread and make a running stitch on each loop. So you make this stitch on 7. You set one aside, you keep one aside, so you do this on the remaining 7. So guys, if you've watched to this level and you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment, share to others, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Please, subscription is free. Just click the subscribe button and the bell icon at the side. So with that, you are part of the community. So here I'm just trying to attach it together. You just attach the loop together. You tack it to the 2 ends together. Then you tack it together. You just use your needle and thread to just fix everything together to have the center closed. Then you pick the last one and place it at the middle. You roll it this way and place it at the middle. So this is what you have. Then still with your needle and thread, you attach this to the other loop. So this is what I have after stitching it down. You just take your time to stitch this down. Then the next thing is to stitch it to our Zara cap, our base. You stitch it down to your base, still with your needle and thread. So here I'm done stitching it down. The next thing is to embellish it with whatever embellishment you will love to use. So here I use this, and after that, here's the final look of our Zara cap. You can place to the side, to the front, to the back, anyhow you want it. So this is all for our tutorial for today. Thank you for being part of this tutorial. Bye, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. See you in another tutorial.